Hey everybody, happy Memorial Day. Got a little video here for you. It's not much of an update because it is raining on me currently. We've been out in the garden working pretty much all weekend, spreading out wood chips, planting out, putting out more plants. Like today we planted some squash, zucchini, transplanted our pumpkins for the Whistle Thicket Pumpkin Challenge. Checked on our sunflowers, which are pushing, over 20 inches tall for all of you people who are wondering. I have also put in a couple of hills for the cantaloupes and a couple watermelon plants, things of that nature. Had to do a little tilling for that. It's off in a different spot than our main garden. But I have 3 channels I want to thank for the videos I've seen so far for entering my okra challenge. It means a lot to me that you guys have even thought of entering. I want to thank Kevin with Hope This Works. I want to thank Whistle Thicket. And Farmer G, I want to thank you for your Triple Crown idea. That was genius. I'm going to put a link in the description of these 3 channels. And I greatly appreciate it, guys. And recently we got this shed that we're sitting in delivered to us. It was repoed from somebody, and I got a pretty good deal on it and been tooling it out. Of course, this is where we were working on the worm bed at, and we've got the newspaper shredded and filled up about halfway in it. Before too long we'll be getting the worms. You might be able to hear the ducklings in the brooder that we've set up in here, and I'm going to take some video here in a minute of my incubator set up. But yeah, that's about it for right now. Hey, here is the brooder setup I was telling you about. And we have these little penguin looking ducks, our Swedish ducks, and then of course the brown ones here are khaki Campbells. I had a friend down the road who asked me if I wanted to take them in because to her, ducks are too messy. And ducks really are messy. We have to put wood chips down in here every day. It's getting pretty thick, and they're almost ready to leave the brooder. But I have to build them. Something. I don't want to free range these like the rest of my ducks. But a lot of the situation to keep it from getting so soaking wet in here and just drowning them out is I lowered one end of it slightly, drilled some holes in the bottom of it, and I have this bucket. So it's kind of like duck manure tea kind of deal going on there that I can put on some flowers. Well, not really flowers, it's an empty bed right now. But whenever I put some flowers in there, it should be rocking. And then we have my old incubator that I got last year. Oops. I lost count of how many eggs we put in here and how many it'll hold. It's sitting good right now. But this thing, for its age, it works like a champ. And then the top of the worm bed is a little messy right now. But we got it filled up. Our grocery store here gives out a lot of flyers with our weekly ads and stuff. And so I picked up a bunch of them, shredded them up and put in there. But of course I put the lights in. It's all run with extension cords now, but I've got a lot of my feeder stuff, and I think there's some bee equipment hidden in there somewhere. That little incubator here, next to the duck decoys, this one here, I use it just for a hatcher. And some spare buckets, because you never know when you need them. A random assortment of fishing gear and a cedar and random stuff. And whoever had this before, this was a lofted shed, and they filled it in and put an attic way in there. Opens it up pretty big, gives you way more storage space. And then the cabinets were in here, the ceilings were pretty well done. Pegboard, and a lot of this is my junk, my toolboxes and all that stuff, seeds and more tools. This is the accumulation of stuff everywhere. And then what keeps it nice in here is that little air conditioner there. But Pardon the rain a little bit, but we managed to get some of our lettuce we started from seeds in here in the carrot bed that we weeded pretty much quite a bit. So there's some salad greens in here, just Paris Island lettuce in here with the carrots. And then cauliflower, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts, and cabbages are all starting to come along and go fairly nicely. I like this wood chip in these. Seems to hold moisture in there real good, and they just tolerate it. And where we planted garlic earlier, none of the garlic ever popped up. It's our fault, not the garlic's. But we put some jalapeno peppers in. Had a beefsteak tomato we put in there, and a bunch of banana peppers that we put in. And the strawberries, we're starting to put on little strawberries. There's one. Lift that leaf up, Temperance. That's starting to get some color to it. And they're still blooming. And then the onions. They are doing amazing. Then we went and put some bunching onions in here with them that we started from seed as well. We need to weed this intensively. Did not work out as planned. Up there, got a bunch of wood chips spread out. Down here, not so much luck. But these are sunflowers. Some of those sunflowers are pushing 20 inches tall. And the okra's popping up down through there after I had to replant it some. The potatoes are doing good. I had blooms on some of them the other day. Those are starting to do better, but they were planted way later than those. And then Temperance Ann has planted her own little garden, and she planted these sunflowers, and she would like to enter the Sweet Irish Farms Sunflower Challenge. You want to say something about it?
Yes. There are 6 sunflowers. There's one here, here, little one here, here, and big one here.
Now what she did was she grabbed seed from when I made my planting video, and that didn't get covered up, and she brought them over here and she planted them all herself. So Sweet Irish Farms, if you would, she would like to enter your contest, please. Now we were out here planting tomatoes and more tomatoes and more tomatoes, and these are just some of the tomatoes that we still haven't got it planted yet. Some Romas and some beefsteaks. And the corn row is still popping up. We managed to move the beehive over here, even though it's empty. Moved it over here. I'm gonna level it up here in the herbs, and we planted some flowers from about right here back that way. All flowers that bees would like. And then up here we planted cucumbers, squash, zucchini, squash, cucumbers. Now, for the people in the pumpkin challenge, beware of the pumpkins. They are up and they are growing rapidly. And then we have some watermelons going here, some cantaloupes going there, and more cantaloupes going there. And look, even more sunflowers. Big old huge honking sunflowers. Just wait till these things get to be about 10, 15 foot tall. More sunflowers, more sunflowers, more sunflowers. And even more sunflowers. And I don't know if I did a video on this or not, but this spot here was a set of wood chips that were probably this tall. Come out of the back of a Bob truck. He just dumped them here for us. And we, not only did we do the raised beds up there that y'all saw, but we did the little bit here, and then all the rest of this going through and dumping wood chips. And then I ran out of cages, but these are my eggplants. There's right here, on down through there to that last cage. And then these are all banana peppers down through here, and I still have room to plant black-eyed peas and all the other stuff that I need to still plant. And the tomatoes in the cages are beefsteak, and then there's 2 beefsteaks at the end that are not in cages, and then there are 8 Roma tomatoes here that are not in cages yet either. But that is about it. I just have to get more wood chips that I'm gonna have dumped in here, and then I'll finish up the rest of this in wood chips, and then go over all the rest of it where it's not thick enough. But all those wood chips, if they wasn't carried with a 5-gallon bucket, they were carried, shoveled into this little lawnmower wagon and hauled out to wherever it was going. And then, like I said, this bed needs some massive attention, but the okras are popping up. I don't believe that the seeds were very good in some of these other plants. The black beans, never seen any black beans pop up. But the sugar snaps, they popped up. I'm gonna have to get some fence posts with some wire down through there. And there are carrots down in this tall grass. And they have a little competition now with the grass and everything, but they might make it, they might not. I'll do better next year. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. We sure do grow some weird looking plants here on the homestead. I don't know, I think it's just some kind of invasive weed. I'm serious. These weeds around here, they're getting troublesome. They're even escaping old flower beds that we're trying to rework. I know that I have like some weeds and stuff in my garden, but this is pushing it. There's some weird weeds in my greenhouses. I know some of y'all guys have probably heard these in the background in some of my videos, but these are my evil turkey birds who like to run around the neighborhood and get me in trouble. That's why they're in a horse trailer. Because they are bad turkeys.